Alright, so we've got 2 snake tails left, I believe. Hopefully. Gotta do D and E. Go over the names. Deadman Whispers and External Gaze, so there we go. Big Shell. Off the coast of New York, the offshore decontamination facility was selected as the setting for a top-secret joint exercise between the Navy SEALs and Dead Cell due to its complex structure and isolated environment. During the exercise, Dead Cell and a team under their command portrayed terrorists, while the SEAL team acted to suppress them. Dead Cell was a specialized naval combat team feared for their brutality. Their main function was anti-terrorist training, launching unannounced assaults on important government installations to determine their level of security. Although famous for the ferocity of their attacks, there was another reason for their reputation. It was rumored that their anti-terrorist training was cover for their true mission, operating above the law to undermine threats to American national interests. Whether inside the country or out, whether anti-American sentiment was suspiciously... Whether inside the country or out, whenever anti-American sentiment was suspiciously crushed or leaders died unnatural deaths, military insiders inevitably associate Dead Cell's name with the act. The rumors were never confirmed. However, that name of Dead Cells has become equated with death, disaster, and calamity was undeniable. Until 1 year ago. 1 year ago, Dead Cell Commander Colonel Jackson was arrested on charges of graft and corruption. From that point on, the overzealous tactics during attacks, the shady past of the team members, and their combined humanity made Dead Cell's name synonymous with military corruption and dishonor. Even their very fighting ability had come under question. This exercise marked their first official assignment in some time, but only Dead Cell leader Vamp was granted permission to participate. The joint exercises were drawing to a close. I was guarding my assigned area at Strut F, immediately after receiving a report that half of the... Wait, am I supposed to do this in Snake's voice? Shit. Immediately after receiving a report that half of the terrorists had been subdued, a coded transmission signifying an emergency situation came through my codec. "Come in, everyone. This is Alpha Team. We're under attack." "This is Bliskin. What happened?" I replied. "Dead Cell. It's Vamp. He double-crossed. The team is almost by him." I could hear screams and the sound of gunfire in the background. "What is your location?" I asked. "Strut B." I heard a scream and the line went dead. I immediately punched in a different frequency. A low voice answered. "This is Dolph. Is this Snake?" It was the Marine Commander Scott Dolph. He was in Big Shell as part of the exercise. I explained the situation to Dolph. He answered through a burst of noise. "Looks like things just started on my end too." "What's the status?" "There was an explosion in Shell 2 core. B1's almost totally flooded." "Is this what you were worried about?" 3 days ago I accepted a request for Dolph to join the exercise. Dolph was worried something might happen and he asked me to put a stop to it if it did, but he didn't say why. All he told me was, "I'm counting on you." Dolph and Dead Cell were connected. Dolph's daughter Helena was Jackson's wife. When Jackson was arrested, Dolph was the only one who defended Dead Cell and Jackson. As a result, he risked his own position. Dolph seemed to be worried about something concerning Dead Cell. I accepted without any questions. I owed Dolph. Dolph created a fake identity for me, and here I was, along for the exercise as Lieutenant Junior Grade Pliskin. I then asked him, "What is Vamp up to?" "I have no idea," Dolph said in a deeply troubled voice. "Snake, we must figure out what's happening. We're trapped in the north part of the filter chamber number 2 by debris and flooding. Looks like it will take us some time to get out of here. I want you to rescue the SEALs. Head over to Strut B." "Roger that." "Be careful. You aren't carrying live ammunition, aren't you?" Dolph was right. I was equipped for exercise and didn't have any live rounds. "No, but I'll be okay," I replied.
Nothing here.
Someone out here.
Nothing here.
Which strut was I supposed to be going to? Crap. Was it E? I want to say it was E. So what have you been up to? Cool Cats Diabloing still? Why isn't he called in for the report?
Why are you late with your status report? What's going on? Respond. Communications with Strut F have ceased.
He said strut E, right?
Investigation immediately.
Yeah. Oh, wait. B. Okay. Couldn't be further from the wrong.
No sign of the missing man. Nothing else to report.
Can I get into any of these supply rooms? None of them, huh? Oh. But it's empty. God damn it. This should be A. Oh geez, okay.
Who's there? Who is that?
Yeah.
Who's there? It's the enemy. I need help.
You saw nothing? I think I got out in time. I want to look in those lockers though.
Who is that? It's the enemy. I need help.
Might just leave those lockers. Damn, another 12 pages? I was greeted at Strut B by the sight of a total massacre. The bodies of dead seals littered the entire area. Everything had been torn apart and splattered with blood. Heard a moan coming from a body in a pool of blood. Hold on. I ran over and lifted the soldier in my arms. He was still breathing, but his wound was deep, reaching his internal organs. It was clear he wouldn't make it. He looked at me with unfocused eyes. It was Vamp. He called it a lynching. Revenge for those who backstabbed Jackson. He called the bribery charge a sham. Better not talk now, I said, trying to quiet him, but he kept on talking. Vamp's going after Captain O'Brien. But that's nonsense. There's no way the captain's involved. He's just not like that. Naval Captain O'Brien? Multiple decorated, surely. Multiply decorated in the Persian Gulf, Europe, and Africa, was commander-in-chief of the entire exercise. The mass media praised the captain as a competent and noble-minded military man who was well-liked by his fellow soldiers. He grabbed my chest. His grip was surprisingly strong for a man on his deathbed. The captain is on the first floor of the Shell 2 core. Save the captain, please. His body lost its strength. I closed his eyes. That was all I could do for him. I contacted Dolph, telling him what I just heard. I see, mumbled Dolph. His voice didn't sound surprised at all. In fact, he sounded like he just confirmed some bad news. Did you know about this? I asked. He became quiet, answering hesitantly. There have been a lot of cases involving murdered government employees and servicemen lately. Rumor has it Vamp is behind it all. Is Jackson really innocent? I don't know for sure, but perhaps. He was a real proud soldier. He was not the corrupt kind. You think O'Brien backstabbed Jackson? No, I don't think so. I know his reputation. How can you be so sure? It was O'Brien that planned this training. If he was involved in Jackson's case, there's no way he would involve Vamp. That's only true. That's only if O'Brien knew the rumors of the lynching, right? He knew. Are you sure? Oh yeah, I heard the rumors from O'Brien. You and O'Brien talked about the rumors? I was a bit surprised. O'Brien and Dolph, political Navy captain, head of the Marines, they didn't seem like a likely pair of friends. Dolph answered as if he knew of my doubts. O'Brien and I didn't always get along because of our positions. I don't think he liked me either, but I don't think he hated me so much that he wouldn't give me advice that would save my life. What do you mean? O'Brien came to warn me that I was Vamp's next target. I then knew the true reason Dolph had participated in this exercise. So you tried to rid Dead Shell of its infamous rumors by revealing yourself to Vamp? Correct. If nothing happened to me during the exercise, I could prove that the rumors were false. You do trust Vamp? Dolph scoffed. I wouldn't go that far. If I trusted it completely, I wouldn't have called you. I'm a coward. I said to him that trusting something or someone isn't that easy. Dolph did not respond. I then asked, but then it's not you, but O'Brien that Vamp's after. Yeah, either O'Brien's information was wrong, or Vamp's wrong. It seemed Dolph was confused too. The only thing that's certain is that Vamp is trying to kill O'Brien. Snake, you've got to stop Vamp. Got it. I considered the structure of Big Shell again. I needed to use the Shell 1-2 connecting bridge from Strut D to get to Shell 2 where Vamp should be headed. That meant I'd have to head to Strut D first. few bullets. Ooh, a ration. Definitely gonna want that. More ammo. Is this one gonna fall inwards just like the campaign? A guard. Don't know where the cipher is, which is annoying. A fucking chaff grenade. Risking it.
Who's there?
I'm in trouble.
Who's there? Enemy sighted. Requesting backup unit.
Up there. I'm alright. If someone comes through this door, I'm alright. No one came through that door. We got a problem. They didn't just kill me. How are you doing? Try to kill me. How many bullets he misses? Like, are these people trained or? That's probably going to be alive again though. Shit, here he is. Killed in the hallway. Cover on that wall. Damn it. Where is he? There he is. Is there anything in here? Came in here, is there any, like, did I even... Ooh. Yes. M9. Take that. That is silenced. $100% worth it. Anything under the table? Nothing in here. I'd say just the M9, but the M9 is pretty good because that means we've now got a silenced weapon. I came into a room and heard that. I would turn straight back around and leave you guys to your business. Heard what? Oh, like that sound? Me choking him out? Dole contacted me as soon as I arrived at Strut D. He had apparently managed to get a hold of O'Brien. O'Brien had sealed off the door to the Shell 1-2 connecting bridge from Strut D to prevent Vamp from getting through. He also reorganized the surviving SEALs to defend Strut G. Dole said, "Snake, join the SEALs. If Vamp is the enemy, those men might be SEALs, but I doubt they can stop him on their own." How can I get into Shell 2? The Shell 1-2 connecting bridge is closed off. There is another way. Go across the oil fence in the lower part of the big shell. Use the ladder on B1 of Strut E God damn it. To get down to the oil fence. You should be able to get to Strut L of Shell 2 by crossing it. Vamp must have already left for Shell 2. I needed to hurry. Vamp must have already left Shell 2. Yeah. So basically, back where we fucking started, huh?
Nothing here.
Motherfuckers making me do full circles and shit. Oh, there was ammo. Fuck me. Want that. You guys still sleeping?
Nothing here.
Probably gonna want that. Can't hurt to have them. No banging in the dock sides. You're not the boss of me. Pliskin's a lone wolf. What was I thinking here? He does what he wants. They call me banging in the dark side. It wasn't me. I reached the strutty ladder and climbed down about 40 meters. When I finally made it to the oil fence, I heard the sound of gunfire from above. It was coming from the Shell 1-2 connecting bridge. I could see the SEALs fighting Vamp, but it wasn't a normal fight. It was a one-sided massacre. Vamp ran. The SEALs fired, but the bullets didn't hit him. Vamp threw knives. Some of the men went down. Other SEALs fought back. Vamp wove and dodged. He slit the throats of the SEAL men, slicing their stomachs open and stabbing deep into their hearts. The SEALs went down in a split second. I saw the last man screaming at the totally unhurt Vamp. Suddenly the connecting bridge exploded. It must have been wired up with bombs beforehand. A series of explosions enveloped the connecting bridge in flames, and it began to collapse with a roar. Debris rained on the surface of the sea. I made a run across the oil fence. A huge column of water rose behind my back. Waves churned, throwing the oil fence up with every undulation. I struggled along and finally made it to the lower part Strut L. As I turned around, my eyes met Vamp's. He had tumbled from the sky and landed on the Shell 2 side. Vamp sneered, licked a knife with his long tongue, and held the knife at me. And then he disappeared into the interior of Strut G. I climbed the ladder and made it into Strut L at Shell 2. Vamp had already penetrated Shell 2. O'Brien was in danger. I ran for the Shell 2 core. Core, blimey, mate. No worries, cool cats. What'd you get to eat? Get the stuff out here. I don't like this. Half grenade. Yo, what's up, Chips? Whew. Chicken dinner because I'm a winner. Nice. I entered the Shell 2 core. There wasn't any gunfire or any sign of people. The silence made me uneasy. The codec rang. It was Dolph. Snake, what is your location? Right above your head. I've just entered the first floor of Shell 2 core. How's O'Brien? I've lost contact. I clicked my tongue. Were we too late? Just chilling. Good, good. We still don't know what's happened for sure, said Dolph. But he didn't sound too sure of himself. O'Brien should be on this floor, right? I asked. That's right. He should be barricaded in the air purification room. He told me he was going to electrify the floor to stop Vamp from getting inside. I looked at the passageway. The floor there was glowing dimly. Looks like the trap's still working. Yeah, but we're up against Vamp. Who knows if it'll help. There was only one way to confirm if O'Brien was dead or alive. Going inside. How to disarm this trap? I asked. Destroying the circuit breaker in the room is probably the only way. You should be able to do it with a remote-controlled missile from my duct. You're going to have to find the remote-controlled missile first. Alright, so we're doing the same thing as the campaign. I don't know if there's any enemies in here. Because yeah, that's the electrified floor. some missiles. Press P. Am I gonna have to do the underwater swimming to get there? Oh, the door's locked. Nope, there's Nikita. Man, they won't let me in the side room, so I gotta take the long way around with the rocket. It's bullshit. Jesus Christ. Final Fight, nice. Still haven't got to that game yet. Will this thing blow up? I've been hearing nothing but good things about it though. Seriously, it was fucking great. I mean, if you're talking about Jeff Keighley's Game Awards, I don't think there's much chance for anything other than Zelda. Because that's just the way they go. They're usually pretty predictable. Can I get more rockets? Because there's way too many fucking greats here. This is insane. They're gonna make sure I run out for the vamp fight, aren't they, little fuckers? I think the only way Zelda would have any competition if Rockstar brought something out this year. Usually the other auto wins. I only got 10 rockets left. This is bullshit. Can I not? Oh yeah, sorry, yeah, totally forgot Redfall. How could I forget? That absolute gem of a game that'll be seared into my brain for probably the rest of my fucking life. Just seared into my brain for all the good reasons, obviously. What the fuck is that? Why did I try and pick up a box with a missile? That's the real question. Should have known that wasn't gonna work. Oh, if the vamp fight's the same, we can get some rockets. It should be easy, but if I can't get rockets, then you know. I mean, the dude's dead, look. Usually, the game won't let you run out of ammo. So. I need to go back to Zelda. That game's fucking huge though, holy shit. Ooh, are these always? I got 10. It'll give me 9 for the boss fight. Oh, got 20. Fuck yeah. Alright. What? 18 for the boss fight. It's just me just assuming the vamp fight's going to be a repeat, because so far they have been. Yeah, Cool Cats made me play Metal Gear, so here we are. As soon as I entered the air purification room, I found O'Brien on the floor, slumped against a wall. Judging by the cuts covering O'Brien's body, Vamp had tortured him instead of killing him instantly. O'Brien looked at me, recognizing my uniform. He was covered in blood, but he smiled in relief. I guess we haven't been wiped out yet. A signal for him to keep quiet and examine the surroundings. O'Brien said, Vamp isn't here anymore. Looks like he left for B1 from the duct. It seemed nobody was in the room except the dying man and myself. I went up to O'Brien. He was bleeding pretty badly. It looked like he didn't have much time. I tried to treat him, but O'Brien refused it. Stop it. I'm not gonna make it anyway. I know that. Get out of here now. Call for backup. No, I can't do that. You said you went to B1, right? I said. Yeah, but Breath of the Wild 2 is all it needs to be. But Dolph was on B1. As Brian told Dolph, he might be the next target, but Dolph was Jax's father-in-law. And besides, he wasn't the kind of person to backstab someone. Something was wrong. While I was turning this over in my head, O'Brien said, Don't do it, Lieutenant. You better leave. Don't get involved with Vamp. But we can't let him continue this little lynching game, right? Lynching? O'Brien tried to laugh, but he coughed up blood instead. Vamp said you falsely charged Jackson. That's crazy. I didn't do that. Nobody could. What do you mean? The corruption case is airtight. There's plenty of proof. What? O'Brien tried to say something, but he only coughed. He coughed up more blood, then he was quiet for good. I tried to contact Dolph numerous times by Kodak without any response. I knew Vamp had already left for B1. I had to get to B1 right away. And before, you say right away, but there's something in this vent. What is it? Stun grenade. I'm taking it. USB bullets are full. Okay. Damn it, more text. I got in an elevator. I arrived at B1. B1 is exactly as Dolph describes. The passageway has been closed off by an explosion and flooded from a damaged water purification tank. That's convenient, so you can reuse the exact same level. Long story short, it couldn't be voting for Game of the Year. I would have not choose because there's so many great games are so late. Yeah, I just mean like for the Game Awards stuff, they're usually pretty predictable. There's only been like a couple years where it's been like a surprise. Like It Takes Two won one year, which was kind of weird, and then the year Overwatch took it from Uncharted was surprising. Other than that, it's all been pretty predictable, and I think Zelda's probably the safe bet. I mean, obviously anything can happen. Maybe Final Fantasy will cause an upset, but in terms of those game, I mean, I'm sure Final Fantasy will win some Game of the Year awards because you know every publication and their mother has a Game of the Year awards thing. But as for the Jeff Keighley Game Awards like show, I think it'll be Zelda. I swam through the water and went through the debris to move forward. Dolph had to be to the north. I opened a door and entered the second filtration room. Dead silence. Suddenly I spied someone standing in the darkness. Vamp. He slowly opened his closed eyes. I was waiting for you. Waiting for me? That's right. I was waiting for the perfect opponent to commemorate the end of Dead Cell. And you're it. Solid Snake. What are you saying? Vamp, knock it off. No one backstabbed Jackson. His corruption. Vamp spoke calmly. I know. What? Vamp stared at me with his sad eyes. Snake, you don't understand anything. You don't have to. All you need to know is you'll be gracing Dead Cell's legacy as the final victim. Come on. Guess it's... Oh, we're just straight to the boss fight, okay. Well, fuck me, I guess. Hopefully I can still cheese it. I mean, it's going to be the exact same boss fight, right? Here we go, now first rate rockets to do this. Simple. We choose Vamp no matter who we're playing as. I'm trying to think of what games I played this year that were new this year. Zelda, obviously, Redfall, Resident Evil 4. I don't think of what else has even come out this year. I think Zelda would probably be mine of what I've played. One more Vamp. Why'd you do an extra weird shit? Just jump down where you're supposed to. Thank you. That's easy. I approached Vamp as he lay in a pool of his own blood. Vamp, tell me where you went on with your lynching when you knew it was meaningless. Cool catch with first. The first. Someone finally found it. I mean, I guess you could be doing that one too, but you were first, so. Vamp, tell me where you went on this with your lynching when you knew it was meaningless. Vamp's mouth twitched. Because it wasn't meaningless. Jackson's arrest had been the final blow to Dead Cell's reputation. They called it a stain on the entire US military, causing them a group of disgraced losers. The military cut Jackson off as a liability, but that wasn't all. The brass tried to bury Dead Cell's previous record of success as well. It was a fate worse than death. We killed more than a few people. We killed civilians, women, children, the elderly. Some were unarmed, some didn't resist, some even begged for their lives. But we killed them all. Of course, we didn't kill them for pleasure, it was our mission. Dirty work, those types of missions. Everyone hated them, but they also had to be done. So we took them all. A man like O'Brien owes his spotless reputation to the fact that we got our hands dirty, crawled through the mud, and woke up screaming from nightmares. Vamp clenched his fist. Are we the lowest of men? Perhaps. But the lowest of soldiers? Definitely not. I wouldn't allow our honor and purity to be stained. That was all we had. But now, this last bit of pride, has been denied us as well. That's why I went on this mission. You mean you're lynching? That's right. If I kill people out of revenge, people may start wondering. They may even think that perhaps Colonel Jackson could be innocent. The more I keep on killing, the more the public will have to believe in his innocence. Do you really expect anyone to believe that crap? Of course. The world lives and breathes on what you call crap. Don't you think? Vamp laughed coldly, but his eyes looked empty. His eyes weren't those of someone who had regained what they had lost. They were those who had lost something instead. Then I realized. But you don't believe it, do you? Even if Dead Cell's reputation was restored, it won't matter for you. Vamp shut his eyes as if he were in pain. Maybe you're right. Any purity Dead Cell had possessed and its missions had been lost at Vamp's hand. The person in front of me wasn't a proud soldier. He was nothing more than a pathetic terrorist, and he knew it. Perhaps that was the punishment for his lynching. Vamp said, I don't care. At least I can protect someone. Protect? I'd do anything for Colonel Jackson, Helena, their unborn baby, and Scott. You fool! The shout echoed through the air. It was Dolph. He must have heard the battle and found us. Vamp smiled as he saw Dolph. His eyes quickly began to cloud. Dolph came up on Vamp and said, Nobody asked you to do what you did. Not Helena, not Jackson, not even me. You know that, don't you? You knew that, didn't you? Dolph picked up Vamp's hand. Just having you around was good enough for me. Vamp died with a smile on his face. Was just a blank page here? Vamp died. Vamp died with a smile on his face. Vamp died. A backup SEAL team secured Big Shell. Dead Cell was officially dissolved sometime after that. Dolph retired from the military and Jackson died in prison. They said it was due to mental exhaustion. Sometime later, a rumor began making its rounds. It said Jackson had been falsely accused and Dead Cell had been framed. That was like the easiest one so far. Although I did cheese the boss. Maybe that's what that blank screen was for. Is that what it was for, Cold Cuts? It was him letting, you know, when people die, they release their bowels. Probably. Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. I left the whole screen there just for the fart redeem. Time to listen to the smooth jazz before we get on to the last one. What did game go voodoo voodoo? What happened? What do you mean what happened? We finished that tale. We killed Vamp. Found out it was all bullshit, basically. These are just little, like, what-if scenarios. They're not part of the campaign. They're not canon in any way. They were made for, is it Substance? Yeah. Metal Gear Solid 2 Substance on, was it Xbox and maybe PS2? Like the like re-release version of it. They added some extra stuff. This was Snake Tales was some of that extra stuff. It's just like non-canon things where you get to play as Snake because everybody was upset that you didn't get to play as Snake in the main game. Treat the kitty. Oh no, you're gonna make me summon her.
Have an amazing stream and rest of your day. I'll stay tabbed. Eyes.
Thanks for the 69 times 2 biddies. Hope you have a great day. Doing your modeling and astrophysicist. Yeah. It's keyboard out of it. Who treated you? Who was it? It was Theo. Theo wants to give you a treat. Come on then. You gotta go up a bit. You gotta see it, otherwise it's not very good redeem, is it? First time chat is dropping 138 bits. Damn. Make sure, we start this up. Make sure everybody goes checks out Pepper. As soon as I find the correct buttons. He plays all sorts of stuff. He's very good at Call of Duty. He was playing Only Up the other day. It was very entertaining. No Man's Sky, horror games, all sorts. Make sure you go check him out. Who else in here is streaming? Chips. Chips, do you still stream? Check out Chips too. I think he streams. I'll be honest, I'm real bad at keeping up with people. Wear the balaclava. Hydrate. I'm leaving? No. I'm not leaving. A balaclava or bandana? Balaclava, you're an asshole. Absolutely. I need to increase the cost of that because it's way too hot. No, it's just a good time to do some shout outs while I'm between. Before we start up, Eternal Gazer. God, I hate this thing. Actually, I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna up the price right now. Is it 10 minutes after I have this on for? What time is it? 8:09. It's 10 minutes, right? 10 minutes. Actually, it's already on 1,000. I guess 1,000 is reasonable. I won't up it. Dude, but yeah, I mean, that's always got to come first. Well, whenever Chips does stream, go check him out. I'll drop him a follow for when he does. I hate you, Theo. Oh, it's so itchy. I think there might be cat hair in it. Alright. I opened the door to strut B. I went out onto the AB connecting bridge. No enemy sighted. Otacon gave me instructions via codec. Listen carefully, Snake. I'll explain again. Our target this time is that mysterious unidentified monster that got the whole world in an uproar. They call it the Galugan. What is he talking about? The only ones in an uproar are Otacon and Mei Ling. And I bet they're the only ones using that nickname too. That's what I was thinking anyway, but I didn't say anything. Otacon continued. I think you already know this, but do not hurt the target. Take a picture of it before it has a chance to get away. You've made it this far, so don't do anything stupid. At least it's not a butt scratcher. I mean, butt scratching is pretty good. You ever scratched your butt? That's a pretty good feeling. My hands were tied. Ridiculous or not, my mission is a mission. Or a mission is a mission. I made up my mind and began walking across the A-B connecting bridge. Make a save right here. Should get the achievement at the end of this one. No, never. Try it. Do it right now. Scratch your butt. See? Pretty good. Mysterious one. Oh, I do have a camera. What the fuck is this mission? They make him sound huge, like he's Godzilla. It's probably gonna be something fucking tiny, isn't it? Isn't it? That's my British coming out right there. In it. Bird, maybe? Oh. I stared in stunned silence at the churning whirlpool the sea had become. The surface of the sea was beginning to rise. No question about it. Something huge was getting ready to make an appearance. A mysterious, ludicrous quest. My so-called monster search mission. You mean like monster hunting? Yeah. Looked to be coming to an unexpected conclusion. How did I get involved in this ridiculous mission? It all began 3 days ago. I was testing Otacon's latest invention, the VR system, at Philanthropy's hideout in New York. Oh, we about to time jump backwards. Like, freeze frame. You're probably wondering how I got into this situation. All started. Here we are. Cruiser bombs. Bomb. So basically do VR missions already, cool. Damn it, dude, would you? Bob me or something stupid, isn't it? It does have a radar in the VR. That's pretty nifty. That's not so nifty.
I need some help here.
Right. You always manage to find some really weird ones, huh? Wild. Now in reverse? What? God. What actually is that? Right, having way too much fun with some fat redeems. That's what's happening. Is it above me? Where is this fucking bomb? Oh, I hear it. I heard it. I heard it. You sneaky fox. Ah. About to call the cops or the cleaning and just all three, probably. And you love that stuff? Yeah, you do. You like it almost as much as you love Stealth and Payday. Am I right? Stealth and Payday had every time you got alerted, or you know, instead of the detection meter, it was just fart noises instead. Right, we'd love it. Although we probably get detected a lot. Yeah, low. This was fire, you'd never, yeah. The game would be a lot harder for you. Why am I doing alternate missions in the Snake Tales? Is the 511 outsider here not enough? The world disappeared before my eyes. As my senses returned to my body, I realized that I wasn't actually on a bomb disposal mission on a tanker. I was sitting in a VR training seat. I pulled off the headset and Otacon turned to speed. That didn't look too good. What happened? I nodded reluctantly. Otacon asked me with pride. What do you think about the new VR system? Not bad. That's all? Unsatisfied, he cocked his head. I can't believe it, to tell the truth. I didn't expect it to work so well. I know, the VR system incorporates something called the Coppola-Thorne engine. I just got it the other day. The Copplethorne engine? Hearing the question, Otacon removed his glasses, a smile on his face. The Copplethorne engine is a quantum calculation system that's been getting a lot of attention in certain quarters recently. You know about quantum computing, right? Began Otacon. He went on and on, qubits this and tensor products that. For the next 2 hours and 37 minutes, I regretted my stupidity in having asked. In short, it allows the construction of virtual reality environments containing hitherto unprecedented amounts of information. That information is converted into a signal and conveyed into your brain via the headset, directly synthesizing information for each of your senses while simultaneously cutting off feedback from your actual body. That way, it's possible to realize a virtual reality environment that's completely indistinguishable from the real world, down to lights, sounds, even your sense of smell and touch. He took a breather. I couldn't miss my opportunity. I see, I understand now, I said, trying to get up out of the seat, but Otacon stopped me. Wait a second, let's try it again. The goal of the next scenario will be to eliminate the enemies and secure an escape path for the hostages on the big shell. I guess Otacon couldn't wait to try out his new toy. Reluctantly, I took the seat again. Otacon continued his briefing. Your mission is to eliminate all enemies in a certain period of time. Ready? Here we go. I put the headset on and closed my eyes. A burst of light flashed through my eyelids. The next moment I found myself surrounded by a world I could hardly believe was a mere construct. Really? We're just doing VI missions. This is stupid. Right. There's your balaclava. Well, fuck me, can I?
It's the enemy. I need help.
Can I just restart? Oh, here we go. Restart. God damn it.
Who's there?
Oh shit.
What was that just now?
You saw nothing?
Are you okay?
What was that?
Can we, like... VR simulation ended, the O2 virtual reality disappeared, and the sensors returned to my body. I removed the headset. How was it? Asked Otacon. I told him what I noticed during my 2 trials. It's well done, no question, but it feels kind of unnatural, like something's wrong with my senses. Unnatural? In what way? It's tough to explain, but I feel like I'm possessing someone else's body. That's because of the pseudo-signal filling your brain. Theoretically, it should be possible to replicate the exact same stimulus as from the sensory structures of your physical body. Midway through my discussion with Otacon, the door opened, and in strode Mei Ling. Hey, check this out! Mei Ling threw us a tabloid she brought with her. A monster, a big shell. It was an article describing the appearance of some kind of huge creature named Big Shell. The title shouted, "A monster, a big shell." Completely ridiculous. So what? I sighed without hesitation, Mei Ling blinked in surprise. So what? It's a monster, Snake! Otacon hit the table. That's right, it's a monster! The picture has to be fake. The picture has to be fake. It was the most normal opinion in the world. But you wouldn't have known by the way they glared at me. Finally, they simply decided to ignore me. It sounds incredible, doesn't it, Mei Ling? A monster in New York? It's amazing. I agree, it's amazing. Too amazing. So it's a big shell. I want to go and see it. Hey Otacon, I have an idea. How about catching the monster? What do you say? Great idea. Let's get him. It'd be a real boon to biology. No, I take that back. To all of sciences. That's right. Hey, do you think we could get a lot of customers if we built a monster zoo? What is happening? Of course, judging from the dorsal fin, I think this monster must have come from underwater. What do you think? Maybe. What about making stuffed animals or t-shirts? Not bad, but I can't help thinking that it might be a messenger from space, you know? Oh, totally, but we'd better register a trademark first. They excitedly kept on with what seemed to be a totally disjointed conversation. I couldn't believe they were actually considering it, but I had to ask. Hey, I hope you're not serious about catching this thing. Otacon regarded me with utter shock. Wake up, Snake. We're talking about a monster here. Mei Ling kicked a chair. He's right. This is about a monster. But... Otacon leaned towards me. A monster of unknown origin has appeared. As a scientist, I can't simply ignore it. Do I have to remind you about Philanthropy's financial situation? We don't even know if we have enough to cover our rent this month, snapped Mei Ling, fire in her eyes. But what do you propose instead of catching it? Are you just going to quietly let this opportunity slip by, you coward? But... Otacon and Mei Ling kept up this simultaneously tirade as I hesitated. We've got to do it! We've got to do it! At this point, there was nothing left to say except, okay. That's the story, and so I came to Big Shell, and that was 3 hours ago. The other 4 were like, kind of, you know, kooky but serious. Like, non-canon stories. This one is just bad shit. Like... Oh shit. Fuck me, okay. Am I supposed to be... I don't know where the fuck I'm supposed to be going. I contacted Otacon via codec as I entered Strut C. What's up, Snake? Found any clues? Asked Otacon. Negative, but I've seen some strange people wandering around. I told Otacon about the soldiers I've seen on CD Connecting Bridge. Otacon replied, I bet they're trying to get the Galugan just like we are. I don't think. It has to be, he swore with confidence. Anyway, just move ahead without getting caught. Most of the sightings of Galugan have been southwest of Big Shell. Head for the AB Connecting Bridge. I've come this far. There was nothing to do but follow Otacon. I started moving towards the AB Connecting Bridge. Is he in the bathroom? Fuck me.
It's the enemy. I need help. Oh.
We're fine. Got away with it. Right. Don't want that for out there, it sounds like. Like, what kind of random attention to detail is that? The air. Hand dryer turns on when you get close. Crazy. Please. Anyway, that's the story. Here I am, forced to hunt down a monster, and it looks as though something's about to appear before my very eyes. At this point, there's nothing to do but get ready. I checked over the camera. I have no idea what I'm about to see, but I'm gonna shoot first, ask questions later. So I finally caught up to where we were at the beginning, I guess. Just what? Damn it. Didn't know what button it was to take a picture. Oh boy. Come on, dude. I fucking punched him and it's nothing. Get out of my way, screamed Olga. She wasn't armed. She didn't seem to be making a move to attack. I began talking to her as I holstered my gun. What are you doing here? Olga smiled a little. But something about her smile wasn't right. She looked so different. She didn't seem to carry the sense of darkness and tragedy I remembered. In fact, she looked totally different. She looked like a totally different woman. Don't get too friendly. I'm not the me that you know, and I don't know the me that you do know. What are you talking about? I'm looking for a key to get back to my universe, and that strange creature is it. It doesn't belong in your universe, neither do I. We're from a different place, and your universe is in for trouble too. If you just ignore things. I just couldn't wrap my brain around Olga's story. I was lost. Grinding her teeth, Olga looked down to the surface of the sea. Damn, he's getting away. Listen. Check the VR system. It's allowing you to peek into another universe. That's what's causing all this trouble, shouted Olga as she jumped from the connecting bridge. Wait! I leaned over the railing, but Olga had already disappeared into the sea. Olga's henchmen were jumping into the sea, one after the other. I was left on the connecting bridge alone. I couldn't see Galugan anymore. Now we're dealing with alternate universes? This is Metal Gear Survive? What's happening? There's my picture. Oh crap. 16 pages! Holy shit, okay. My photo of Galugan sat on the table at the hideout. No sign today? Oh wait, no sign today? I asked Mei Ling. No, looks like it hasn't shown up today either. It's been a week, no new sightings of Galugan. No one knew where he'd show up next. Maybe he'd never show up ever again. I believed Olga. It didn't seem like she was lying, and what's more, the existence of that ridiculous monster was proof in and of itself. There was no way something like that could live in our world. But it might be possible in another. Otacon brought up a theory known as parallel universes. As usual, Otacon gave far more of an explanation than necessary, but in a nutshell, the idea was that rather than a single universe, there were countless universes existing in parallel. That meant that one universe might be exactly the same as mine, except the number of hairs on my head was off by one, and another universe civilization might have sprung from Paramecia. There could even be a universe full of monsters. Otacon thought these universes were supposed to be mutually exclusive, but for some reason had begun randomly intersecting. That was how Olga knew we'd become switched with the Olga from a parallel universe, and how that monster came to be in ours. And Otacon warned that the phenomenon seemed to be progressing as we spoke, but if his theory was correct, we were in for big trouble. For example, it was possible that in an hour I might switch with another version of myself from a different universe. Otacon might have already been switched with a different Otacon, but what would happen to us if we switched to a universe, say, where the moon was about to collide with the Earth or something? It was simply impossible to predict what might happen next. Fortunately, the moon hadn't smashed into us yet, or at least not in our universe. No, that's the Zelda universe. Of course, that didn't guarantee we'd be safe tomorrow. How's the analysis of the VR system coming? Otacon shook his head. I'm not getting anything at all. Otacon looked sick when he heard Olga had said that the VR system was the root of the problem. He told me that the Copplethorne engine, the heart of the new VR system, was a quantum computational device designed by Dr. Copplethorne, but the principles behind it remain unknown. He opened the housing, a literal black box, and found nothing inside except some mysterious circuits, clattering gears, and what appeared to be some iron spheres. But somehow it worked. That's probably why it's such a source of excitement for some people. Pseudoscience aficionados had examined the thing, but the only conclusions thus far had centered around the possibility that it made use of components from UFOs or artifacts from a lost civilization, meaning nobody had figured out what made it tick. And what's more, nobody has ever seen this Dr. Copplethorne himself or herself either. So what was the connection between this mysterious VR system and the collision of the parallel universes? Olga had said that the root of the problem was the VR systems peeking into other universes, but Mei Ling had their own theory. The Copplethorne engine-based VR system wasn't simply constructing a virtual reality through its calculations, but managed to get around the wall separating the parallel universes, peering into parallel realities that satisfied certain requirements, and incorporating that information into the VR system's virtual reality construct. Perhaps that observation and interference was creating the disturbance in the parallel universes. But that wasn't all, said Mei Ling. Perhaps Olga was searching for the Galugan because it was the cause of the distortion among the parallel universes. The Galugan had become the fulcrum around which space had warped, and if that was true, there'd be no way to stop the distortion without getting rid of the Galugan itself. And for that reason, we continued searching for the Galugan. We'd lost all trace of the monster and hadn't made any further progress into analysing the VR system. But the disturbance of the parallel universes might well be continuing. It was possible that some of the universes might even be in peril, and it was equally possible that our universe could follow the same path moments later. We were completely frazzled. Suddenly, Mei Ling spoke. If killing the Galugan will make things right, there might be a way. What do you mean? Otacon raised his face, and Mei Ling began her explanation. If it's true that the VR system could interfere with other parallel universes, why not try killing the Galugan within the VR system? That could mean we're actually killing the original Galugan, and the Galugan in our universe could disappear. Isn't that just a little too extreme? Objected Otacon, to which Mei Ling shot back. We can't just sit back and stare at a photo. We've got to do something. You agree with me, right, Snake? I'm not sure, I answered. Her logic seemed extreme no matter how I looked at it, but at the same time I had the feeling that I'd end up doing it anyway. Doing something for the sake of doing it wasn't the answer, but I had to agree we still hadn't come up with a solution to the problem. A few hours later, I squared off against the Galugan inside the VR system. Alright, is this the boss fight? There's so much reading. Anybody still awake? Holy fuck. What is happening? What is this? Absolute insanity. Wow. Oh, I'm in trouble. Okay, but I'm not doing any fucking damage right now. What am I supposed to do here? Fuck. I'm gonna die in the VR. Oh no. I feel like I'm fighting Mother Brain right now. This is insane. Oh shit! Well, that's not good. Unfortunate. Okay, well now we know what we're doing. Now we know what we're doing. What? Bullshit did that hit me. Absolute bullshit did that hit me. $19 pay, okay. Galugan defeated. We turned the VR system off, but somehow I still wasn't convinced. I removed the headset and spoke to Otacon. So, do you think we really did it? Otacon shrugged. Looked like he felt the same way I did. Just then Melaine said, "Of course the mission has succeeded. I saw a wicked smile on her face. We've just lost the only way to restore the parallel universes to normal." Wait, what? What did you say? I said, raising from the seat. Mei Ling responded, there's no question that the Galugan was the singularity that represented the warp in the parallel universes. The only way to restore space as we know it wasn't destroying the singularity. The solution was to capture the singularity, perform a counter-unitary conversion via the Koppelthorn engine, thereby dispersing the wave function to its state before convergence. Mei Ling continued, her voice full of satisfaction. Anyway, the disappearance of the singularity means the disappearance of the only method to restore space too. Who are you? Mia sneered at Otacon's cry. To borrow Olga's words, I am not the Mei Ling you know. But no hard feelings, okay? I was just following someone's orders to complete a certain objective. Someone? Someone? Who? I asked her back. My husband, Mei Ling replied sweetly. I believe he's called Solidus in your universe. Solidus, we screamed without thinking. Mei Ling slowly pointed at a wall and said, Oh, speak of the devil. Just then the wall exploded. Debris poured from the gap. Dust enveloped the area and Solidus' snake, clad in powered suit, stood in the middle. Solidus said to Mei Ling, Kept you waiting, huh? Honey! Mei Ling threw herself into Solidus' arms. I dove for Solidus. He fired a missile from his snake hand. A dazzling flash, an explosion. I was thrown against the wall. I lost consciousness momentarily. By the time I managed to get to my feet, I saw Solidus cradling Mei Ling and escaping through the hole he'd just blown in the wall. In the end, I couldn't keep up with Solidus. Otacon and I discussed what to do next as we stood in our half-destroyed hideout. If they were telling the truth, we just lost the way to restore the balance of the parallel universes. But there still had to be something we could do. Finally, Otacon spoke. What about Olga? It wasn't a bad idea. The Olga we'd run into on Big Shell seemed to have a good grasp of the situation. She might be able to come up with some kind of solution. There was just one problem. Where could she be? I told Otacon my concerns and he had nodded with confidence. I have an idea. What's your skill? Asked Otacon. A beautiful black woman with a slender build was sitting in front of us. She was too cheerful. She laughed far too often. I've got, really good luck. Good luck? Is that a skill? You betcha. Somewhat dismissively, I watched... Oh, this is fortune. I watched Otacon continue questioning the applicant. Otacon had placed an ad entitled Wanted Galugan Search Team Members in the city's main newspaper the other day. Let's catch the mysterious monster with our own hands. We have credible information about where the creature will appear. Experience a plus, details to be discussed during an interview. Unbelievably, quite a few people had shown up. We'd already met more than 10 people. There was still no sign of Olga. We'll contact you later. I really look forward to hearing from you. The woman stood up, gave him a big smile, and left. I said to Otacon, Do you really think this is gonna work? She has to be on the lookout for information about Galugan. She'll show up. You know, we've gotten so far on weirdos, like that old man whose skill was backflips and sliding and... That's Raiden. Yeah, that was funny. Hey. Obviously Otacon was getting a kick out of the whole scene. Relax, let's wait a little bit longer. Next, yelled Otacon. The door opened. Lo and behold, in walked Olga. Back in the remains of our hideout, we explained the situation to Olga. After hearing our full account, Olga told us that there was still a way out. It's true that the Galugan singularity might have been erased, but that doesn't necessarily mean that all the singularities in all the parallel universes have been. A glimmer of hope flashed through Otacon's eyes. You mean there are other singularities? Most likely, but their forms and locations in the parallel universes are unknown. They won't be easy to find. We have some data about the Galugan. If we analyze its pattern, scan the vicinity of the strange interactor with VR, maybe we can... Otacon and Olga continued their technical discussion. The end result, said Otacon, was settling on a method to find the singularities of other parallel universes by continuously and finally adjusting the wave pattern, the wave function parameter of the VR system to mimic the unique pattern generated by the singularity. In other words, it looked like I'd have to make it through a series of VR constructs. Preparations were made faster than I expected. I returned to the seat of the VR system. Otacon said, I'll tell you as soon as I locate a singularity. Until then, I want you to continue clearing VR stages. But be careful. I don't think Solidus will just take this sitting down. You may run into traps. Stay alert. Otacon initialized the VR system. A virtual reality spread before my eyes. Was there not enough VR in this game? Yeah, bullshit. We get a radar. This will be easy. I think. This will be easy. Failed.
You know what you're doing.
You know what you're doing. Located any singularities? I asked Otacon. No, not yet. I echoed Otacon's voice with the VR construct. Let me try a different setting. I'm getting ready. Hold on a minute. I was left alone in the virtual reality. You must have figured out how to find singularities using VR, Snake. But you won't find one, boomed a voice suddenly from out of nowhere. It was Solidus. I called Otacon. Otacon, it's Solidus. I know, I detected him from my end too. He's hacking into the VR system, but he hasn't got full control yet. Let's hurry into the next VR construct. Are you ready? A new VR space spread out in front of my eyes. Oh my god. How many of these do I have to do? Handgun. Destroy the targets, head to the goal. The orange targets explode when destroyed, and then you use destroy a number of targets right now. The aim in this game is so weird. Oh, I should have. How you doing, How you doing, Otacon? I asked empty air. Otacon's voice answers. I detected a likely pattern, but it's too far away. Change the settings of the variables and aim for a higher score. Let's try again. I squared off. I looked like I had to get a higher score this time. The VR simulation began again. Oh, for fuck's sake. Being a dick, Otacon. Fuck. 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 Did I do better? I don't know. Don't think so. How are you doing, Otacon? I asked empty air. Otacon's always like blah, 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 blah. It's the same thing. God damn it. Over 30,000, is that enough? How you doing, Otacon? I see MT Otacon's voice answered. Ted Lady Pattern was too far away. Changed settings to variables and aiming for a higher score. Let's try again. I squared off. It looked like I had to get a higher score this time. The VR we're gonna. Otacon's being a dick. This is bullshit. Just let me. Fuck sake, well, this one's fucked, isn't it?
Great.
What? Fucking.
Damn.
This is bullshit.
Great.
Okay, come on. Oh, no, that's not gonna be enough either, is it? Does he really want me to get like second place? This is insane. Fuck do you want from me, game? to speed that time, but I don't think it's gonna. No, there's not. You're gonna do it, aren't you? It definitely seems like time is more important, so. Whoa, what the fuck is my aim doing there? What the fucking me? What? No! Just restart now, Jesus Christ.
You know what you're doing.
I got second. Please be enough. How you doing, Icon? Oh wait, this is 3 pages. Okay. We're getting a lot closer. Are we ready for the next setting? As soon as I nodded, I heard Mei Ling's voice. They're doing a lot better than we expected, aren't they? Indeed. We better change our strategy. We're gonna have to somehow block the singularity so they can't get any closer, answered Solidus' disembodied voice. How about using them? It's too dangerous even if they did stop Snake. It'd be pointless if the world was destroyed in the process. True enough. Using them has to be our last resort. Everything is in your hands, honey. The voices were a lot clearer than before. They were definitely getting closer. I yelled to Otacon. Otacon, it's Solidus. I know, their intrusion is progressing. We have to find singularity before they get full control. Let's go. Ooh, that's what that floor is. Goes down there. Okay.
You know what you're doing.
Hey, second place, so I need to be. Otacon, have you sighted the singularity? I asked her inside the VR. I'm picking up a reaction. Hurry to the next goal. Honey, Snake is... Mei Ling clicked her tongue. I heard it as if she was whispering to me. Solidus answered, I know. It may be time to use them. Get ready. Roger that, I heard Otacon's excited voice. Come in, Snake. Solidus is taking control of the VR system. We don't have much time. Let's begin. Damn, this mission's really freaking long. Sneaking. Get to the goal and spotted. Okay.
somebody there?
Fuck.
What's going on? Is there somebody there?
Nope, nobody here. Leave me alone.
You know what you're doing.
There was nothing there. There was no light, no sound, no feeling of temperature, even of height. Was this the singularity? I called Otacon. It was Solidus who answered. You're in what's called, how can I put this so you can understand it, a gap between parallel universes. Solidus, what are you trying to do? Why are you trying to destroy the universe? I screamed. Destroy? Don't be stupid. This is a correction. Back to how things should be. What do you mean? I don't know who created the Copperthorne engine, or where, or when, or even why, but my guess is that it was designed as part of a grid computing system spread between the parallel universes. Grid computing. I'd heard that term from Otacon. It was a technique for creating a networked supercomputer with massive computational abilities by connecting numerous servers. If one could be built spanning across countless parallel universes, it would be possible to obtain near limitless computing power. But when the universe-spanning Copperthorne engine was applied to the VR system, it became a device for controlling possibility itself, Solidus continued. Controlling? That's correct. When the VR system using the Copperthorne engine is instructed to build a virtual reality having a given set of conditions, it selects a group of universes having the potential to satisfy those conditions from among a still indefinite number of parallel universes. There's still wave functions that have not converged. It then presents these as the VR construct you see before you. What you call VR training is nothing less than the external observation of an interference with the group of parallel universes. I recalled the bizarre sensation of possessing another person's body when I was engaged in VR training. Suppose that was the sensation of interfering with another universe, Solidus' voice echoed. When you go through VR training, your actions within virtual reality are reflected in a set of corresponding universes. The resulting interference simultaneously acts as observation with regards to the group of the still indefinite parallel universes besides the one that is receiving the interference. That means that the possibilities of the universe converge on these conditions corresponding to the actions you took. For example, let's say you just killed an enemy soldier within the VR simulation. That means the universe containing the killed soldier was observed and made definite. In other words, universes where the soldier had not been killed lose their indefinite potential and are erased from existence, Solidus continued. The only universe permitted to exist in the end is the one that doesn't contradict the actions you took in the VR simulation. Do you realize what this means? When your game is over in the VR system and you try again, the potential for existence for that very universe is denied and eliminated as never having existed. That means that every single time you replay the game, an uncounted number of universes are destroyed. I was in total shock. The disturbance of the parallel universes you've seen in the source generated by external interference, I suppose you could see it as the death cries of the universes that have been killed off. The singularity is a condensed form of that distortion. I had a flashback of Olga, the Galugan, and Mei Ling. If this disturbance had really been caused by external interference, that means my own universe is receiving interference from VR systems in other universes. Of course, haven't you ever felt like your body wasn't your own, like you took an unexpected action after the fact, or you were unable to do something you didn't think was possible? That's because interference from other universes. Perhaps the reason you were able to topple Shadow Moses is because of a helping hand from someone in another universe. Oh, Jesus Christ, Kojima. So now we're fourth wall breaking, right? We're the one interfering with their universes. Solidus laughed echoed through the space. Through my research into parallel universes, I learned that I was killed many times in different worlds. I decided to protect myself. I refuse to recognize any universe where I am killed. That's why I've decided to make things right with the VR system. I interfere with other parallel universes using the ER system and control them such that I won't die there. I don't care how much of the disturbance I create or how many contradictory universes are eliminated. The only thing that's important is my survival. Period. That's crazy. Do you really have the right to criticize me? Haven't you refused to recognize your own failures within the VR simulation by retrying a level again? Solidus laughed at my lack of comeback. This conversation is over. I won't give up the singularity, and I can't let you restore the universes that I have corrected. So I'd like you to stay here. Forever! He spat. You're going to regret forcing me to break the seal. They will be here soon. A loathsome unit, infamous in incountable universes, hated and feared by all. Their presence alone has the ability to destroy a world. They are children of darkness on whom is refused to combined, who is focused the combined hate of the entire universe, the Princess of Hell and the Prince of Chaos. Allow me to introduce Rose and Jack. A dazzling light enveloped everything. Jack! Eartha Jack! Rose leaned over the table. She cocked her head and looked into my eyes. What's wrong? You looked out of it. I gently stroked Rose's hair. I was enchanted by your eternal beauty. Very funny, Jack. Rose became as bashful as a little girl. I'm being serious. Rose touched my head. Do you remember what day tomorrow is? What, March 21st? Yeah. Of course, it's the luckiest day of my entire life. The day I met you, I said. Wrong. Really? Yep. Rose puffed out her cheeks. I'm sorry, I think of how lucky I am to have met you every day, so I always think of the anniversary as being right around the corner. That doesn't exactly make sense, but I'm happy to hear it anyway, smiled Rose. By the way, your mission this time is to defuse all the bombs. Good luck! My vision darkened. Just then I thought I heard someone calling me from far away. For some reason, the voice seemed very similar. Snake, that's Solidus' trap. Wake up! Oh my god. I can't. My brain. What is happening? I know we're in Raiden Tales, okay. Seven minutes, 2 bombs, got it. Didn't I just shoot that dude in the head? Sorry, how is it not in here? Fuck!
Enemy sight.
I need some help here.
What's going on? Respond.
The situation is normal. All clear.
Huh? It's the intruder! Stay on guard! Send a replacement guard for the area.
Understood. Sending reinforcements to the first floor of the Shell 2 core. Exercise extreme caution.
Who is that?
Are you serious right now?
Help here.
Throw me through the fucking box. I didn't realize the fucking snake tails were gonna make me do like all these VR missions that I'm already gonna have to do separately. Really dumb.
Who is that?
Fuck! That headshot. I mean, it's gotta be in there, right? Like, I don't see where the f... it's gonna be. I mean, the vents or something dumb in it. What is that? A beach up in there?
Good work, Raiden.
Smack in the middle of the battlefield on a mission. The raw cannons and gunfire punctuate the darkness. Conditions are unbelievably harsh this time around. No one on either side is without injury, and bodies of the dead are sprawled everywhere. It's hell on earth. I instinctively duck, feeling a bullet cut through the air inches away. Just then the codec rings. It's Rose. Do you want to... Jack, what happened to the mission? I'm in the middle of it. Oh, that's right. What is it? Rose hesitated for a moment before she spoke. Jack, I need to talk. Talk? Yes, it's very important. We'll talk about it tomorrow. Why is he telling me about something she wants to discuss tomorrow? Confused, I put the question to her. Why not now? He eagerly said, all right, I'll tell you, Jack. I'm carrying... Heavy silence filled the air. Finally, Rose seemed to make up her mind. I think I'm gaining weight. I'm getting love handles. What should I do? What should you... I didn't notice at all. Really? My old skirt is getting kind of tight on me. If it really bothers you that much, why don't you start working out? I'll even join you if you like. That's great. How about jogging? Oh, before I forget, your mission this time is to hold up all the enemies and get to the goal. Good luck. My vision darkened. Just then, I thought I heard someone calling me from far away. For some reason, the voice seemed very familiar. Snake, get out of Solidus's trap. Can I just hit exit? wonder if it's something weird like that. Those fucks. I probably could have done that on the first one. I was enveloped in an overpoweringly bright light. The next moment, I was thrown into a huge space with a mysteriously lit floor surface. I could hear Articon's voice. Snake! Snake! Are you okay? I shook my head to clear my mild headache. It felt like I'd been dreaming for a long time. I've completely retaken control of the VR system from Solidus, said Articon excitedly. That's good. So where's the singularity? I found it. It's there. You're in the singularity. Now we can start returning the universe to normal. Just then I felt something huge closing in from the front. A Metal Gear ray emerged from the darkness. Then a second one. Then more. Right after the others. Articon screamed, It's Solidus' final attempt to stop us. I need a little more time to finish things on my end. Just hold on for a little bit. Metal Gear units closed in. I squared off against them. I have to fight until... Oh God, it's the ray fight. For fuck's sake. I've got no chaffs to hold me down. How many times can one man fight a Metal Gear raid? Do 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 do. How many raids must I take down this time? I do not know. Oh, I didn't get a chance to pick up that ration. When I came to, I once again found myself in what Solidus had called a gap between parallel universes. Heard Hardigon's happy voice from somewhere. Snake, we did it! Everything went perfectly on my end. Space has begun to repair itself. Exactly like it was before, I spoke into thin air. Should be. You should be pulled into our universe soon, but it looks like the repairs are occurring sequentially. It could be some time before everything goes back to normal. Snake! Echoed Solidus' angry voice. There was a flash of light, and when I opened my eyes, I found myself atop the destroyed Federal Hall, along with Solidus. Solidus grew his swords. I said, just stop. It's over. The universe is repairing itself. No, it's not over. If I manage to kill you here, at least one universe where I survive will be made definite. Stop it. There has to be another way. I'm returning to my universe. I have no intention of interfering with yours. There's no reason for us to fight. But Solidus merely laughed at my words. Readying his swords, he fixed me with a piercing, menacing stare. Enough talk. Fight me. I don't get a sword, huh? God damn, okay. God damn, okay. What? That's horseshit.
What's wrong with you?
What?
What's wrong with you?
Bullshit, man.
Let's go.
Come on, I can't even stand up.
Take this.
Fuck off, dude. Okay then, let's go. Disagree. I'm not gonna be able to heal, I don't think. Oh, come on. I'm gonna die now. I'm fucked. I'm gonna bleed out. Can't even stand up. That's cool. I like how my bus just like didn't make contact right there. This is such a boring fight, man.
Quit playing around.
Oh, that trick still works on this difficulty, or on Snake now. Oh, I just want to pick up my fucking rations. It's been a douche.
What are you doing? Quit playing around. Die. What are you doing? Let's go. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Let's go. What are you doing?
That was close.
Take this. Quit playing around. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Oh well, I got both my rations for this part now. There he goes, freaking hyperactive. Fuck, with a stupid fire already. Wait, why aren't my fists making contact there? That's so stupid.
What's wrong with you?
For fuck's sake, dude. Do that one more often, please.
What's wrong with you? Take this. Take this.
That's stupid. Stupid. Suck it, asshole. Solid just tumbled from the roof of the Federal Hall. I threw my hand out for him but caught nothing but air. Solid's body fell in silence. I couldn't do anything but watch. The moment his body hit the ground, I was enveloped in a blindingly powerful light. When the light cleared, I found myself in the hideout. Otacon and Olga stood right in front of me. Otacon raised his hand. "Welcome back, Snake. Your return could mean that I'll be next to go," said Olga. "We'll miss you." Olga smiled gently. "I'll miss you too, but I have to go. There's something I want you to see, your kid. There's somebody I want you to see, your kid." Olga looked at me in surprise. "What? I don't have any children." "Not yet." She lowered her eyes as if embarrassed and said, "My husband is waiting for me." "Her husband?" Otacon and I exclaimed in shock. "That's right, in my universe," I quickly interrupted her. "No, we'd probably be better off not knowing." Olga smiled broadly. A bright light enveloped her body. "She was gone," Otacon said sadly. "She's gone." "Yeah, but now that I think of it, Snake, standing in front of me seems different from the Snake I know from my universe." It was just as Otacon said. In an unaccountable number of parallel universes, there had been some that were incredibly similar. We hadn't felt anything out of the ordinary, but it was possible that the Otacon in front of me was a millimeter taller than the Otacon I knew. Or maybe he didn't like dogs. Perhaps his father was still alive. The memories we thought we shared might have been erased from existence, but there was no way to check for sure. As I stood engrossed in thought, Otacon extended an open palm. "The Snake in my universe owes me $100. Ignoring him, I said, "The Otacon from my universe wouldn't be angry even if I told him I accidentally broke one of his action figure toys." Otacon's eyes widened in shock. "What? Which one did you break?" I let out a laugh. Soon both of us were laughing. We realized something. We might not have the same shared memories, and perhaps we'd be going on to different universes shortly. But one thing was clear. We were friends. The world filled with bright light. Otacon and I shook hands. When I came to, I was sitting in a chair in the hideout. I looked around the room. It was the same hideout as ever. There was no trace of the damage Solidus had caused. Had I returned to just before the whole incident happened? My path of vision crossed with Otacon, who was sitting across from me. "Did we come back?" asked Otacon. Judging from his tone of voice, it seemed he'd been through a similar experience to mine. There had to be an unaccountable number of universes that were nearly the same thing had occurred. I didn't know if this Otacon had been in the same universe with me, and there was no way to check, but I didn't really care. The person sitting in front of me was Otacon. "It's all over," said Otacon, stretching. Something occurred to me and I said, "Are you sure?" "What do you mean?" "I just wonder if it's really over yet." I told Otacon about what I couldn't get out of my head. When I faced Solidus at the end, I really hadn't wanted to fight him, but I did fight, and I killed him. It was as if I hadn't been in control of my own body. Solidus said the Copplethorne engine and the VR system interfered with the parallel universes, but what if he was wrong? Or what if there was another device that allowed one to externally observe and interfere with a parallel universe? "You're thinking too much, Otacon." "You're thinking too much," Otacon said, laughing it off. "And anyway," he leaned over towards me. "Did you say you broke one of my action figures?" "No, I was just..." Suddenly the door opened, and in walked Mei Ling. She looked like nothing had happened to her at all. "Hey, check this out!" Mei Ling threw the tabloid she brought with her. Dun dun dun.
The human race is about to slide back into the endless arms races that last a century. And we cannot afford to play that Russian roulette again. It is yours to guard. We are here today to flush out and rid our country of these corrupting forces. That is our mission. You will bear that in mind.
This is with the next dreaded part of this game. Yeah, that last one took, what, 2 hours? I think it was long as hell. There was so much reading.
Military, seeking to control national affairs to suit its own interests. Metal Gear Ray bears the burden of confronting this party, thwarting their plans and guiding this nation back to its original path. The future of the country rests with you tonight. I have a daughter. It is my greatest wish never to have her or her children experience the horror of nuclear war. As a father, I want to leave a better world for the future generation. As a soldier, I know that is my duty. Trust me. Trust me. Trust me. Trust me. Trust me.
Reaper! Literally right about to take a break, but how are you doing? I'm alright. Just finished the Snake Tales, which leaves us with the VR missions to do. You know, there's only 511 or something ridiculous we gotta get through. But